We're in the kitchen here on Secret Garden Diaries with Jill, and I have shredded the cabbage. This video is in honor and in memory of two of my friends who are no longer with us. When I was a cheerleader, we had a tasting bee annually for our fundraiser at school. And my friend Joan Saunders, Sonny and Cindy and Cook's mother made coleslaw, the best coleslaw I'd ever had in my life. And her recipe was simple. It was cabbage, and she used Hellmann's mayonnaise. So I have used Hellmann's mayonnaise ever since. I have some in the bowl here now. Just going to add some salt and white pepper to it. So that's in memory of one friend. And I'll explain the other one in just a few minutes when we're changing things around here. Now I have a compost where I put all of the kitchen scraps, of course, that don't have grease in them or anything. And this I'm just going to shred the carrot on here so we don't get big hunks of carrot in our slaw. And the carrot, of course, will add some sweetness as well as some vitamins and minerals and nutritional value. When I was very young, my mother was using one of these graters and cut her finger, and so she was always leery, and I can never pick one up again without hearing her in my memory saying, "Be careful with that, be careful with that, be careful with that." So, be careful with that when you're using anything like this with knife sharp edges. That there for a little bit, and I just love my little tools. I like gadgets. We just go a little bit of onion in this. Now in the coleslaw you can add things like celery seed. They're always good in it. Dill sometimes is good in it. You don't have to have it just cabbage. Since I do not want hunks of onion, I'm just grating it. I've got to tell you about this. This is a handy refrigerator container. They make them for all types of vegetables. And several years ago, since my husband is in the kitchen almost all the time, and he does a lot of cooking and he enjoys it, he likes it, I got him this onion keeper so they didn't have to go in plastic containers or plastic bags in the refrigerator. And when he opened it, it was in front of other family members and everything. He was very appreciative for the toilet tank float. And it's like, oh my goodness, it does look like those old copper toilet tank floats. It's not. It's an onion keeper. So here, we toss this around in the mayonnaise that I had in there. And I've left my vegetables out in case I needed to add more, but I don't think I do. I've made coleslaw for so many years, I pretty much know how many scoops to put in. And I'm a cook that does not measure much at all anyway. Okay, here we have this. This looks good, doesn't it? It will go in the refrigerator. We've got a pork roast in the crock pot, so we'll have pulled pork tonight and have the coleslaw with it. My other best friend, who is no longer with us, we lost her right before she turned 100 years old. I grew up across the street from her, and she was always my best friend until we lost her several years ago. And it's Odelle Strickland. You'll hear a lot more about Odelle because the fig tree, she grew the fig tree for me, and it's planted outside in my garden. But this is what she told me to do when making coleslaw. This is upside down saucer in the bottom of the bowl. And then the coleslaw is going to go in this, and it will go in the refrigerator. And when we start to dish it out, we can get rid of the excess liquid because these vegetables have liquid in them. As well as the dressing that you put on, whatever type of dressing you choose to use. And that way, we do not have soggy coleslaw. So, Joan and Odelle, I miss you both very much. And I thank you for being a part of my life. And your legacy lives on. Even if it's only through coleslaw. Thank you for joining me on Secret Garden Diaries with Jill in the kitchen. Tell me your favorite thing about coleslaw in the comments.